What is a mini city hall? What is a neighborhood center, right? This is a place where you can come out and get access to city services without having to hop on the trolley and hiking all the way downtown. We're right here in your neighborhood. We're here to listen to you. This is also a physical manifestation of Mayor Parker's vision of bringing the people of Philadelphia a government that we can see, touch, and feel. Not only is it that, yeah, you can clap for that. Not only is it that, but it's also a way that as city officials, we can be in touch with you. We can listen to you and understand the issues that you're facing on your block, in your neighborhood. One of the ways that we do that is through a community needs assessment. My team and I, the other organizing managers, we developed this, and we just started to spread this throughout the city. We want to understand what your needs are. We want to understand what issues you're facing, and we know that it may vary block by block. So I actually have a little ask, now that we're all part of this team. On your way out to them, I have my colleagues Jen and Jackie, who you signed in with. They actually have pockets of community needs assessments. We're asking you, if you're able to, take a packet, sign it out, bring it to your block. Ask your community members, ask your neighbors what their needs are. Give us a call when it's finished, and then we'll come and pick it up for you. And that's how we're going to all work together to get this thing done. So, how does that sound? Yeah. We like that? Awesome. So we have a really big program ahead of us. And once again, I want to thank you all for coming out. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Pastor Terry Lynn. And she's going to say a few words about the work that she's doing.
Give it up for our mayor. I want to say, my name is Pastor Terry Donnell. I'm the executive director here at the Community of Compassion CDC. And I want to thank the mayor for our insight to bring the city to the community. I think this is really, really great. Behind me, you'll see all of our staff here at the CDC. We have our staff members as well as some of the kids of our staff. You guys come up a little bit. These guys are in our program. It's called our Compassion Studio, where they're learning how to be photographers. And they're going to learn how to do their own business and make their own career in photography. They're learning everything about photography. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but they are learning everything. And they come out to events and they do a lot of photos and do all that, and they're learning all of that and responsibility. So that's part of what we do here at the CDC. And one of our students, Kayla, I just wanted her to speak for a moment. She actually came to our community center where we have community resource centers of the city, which we call CERC centers. We're open from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. every single night, Monday through Sunday. We have activities for the kids. It's a safe place for our youth to come to. We feed them dinner every single night. Kayla started with us when we opened up in 2021. She was one of the kids that was here. She grew up here, learned about responsibility, learned about a lot of things here, and then she's now one of the employees of the CDC.
Our community center is more than just a building. It is the heart of our neighborhood. A gathering space where youth backgrounds and walk of life come together. It is where relationships are built, where ideas are shared, and where people find support and belonging. Whether it's a youth program, a senior activity, a scavenger hunt, or after-school tutoring sessions, the community center provides essential services that meet everyone's needs. In many ways, the community center represents the very essence of what it means to be part of something greater than oneself. It is a place that encourages collaboration and fosters a sense of unity. It is a space where we learn, grow, and connect, not just with one another, but with the resources and opportunities that can enrich our lives. So I am so thankful to be a part of this community, and I am living proof that the CDC is everything that it's meant to be, because I started out as a participant and now an employee.
We are a city community resource center, and we're really helping our children and our youth to grow up up of the responsible adults and to be a part of this great city. So Mayor Parker, we thank you and all of the city employees here just for everything that you've done and allowing us to be a part of this. And I just think this is great. Mother Teresa said, she said, love cannot remain by itself. Love has to be put into action, and that action is service. So I thank Mayor Parker for what she's doing and the service that she's providing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Terry. Awesome. Next up, I saw that she snuck in here. I would like to welcome Councilmember Jamie Gauthier to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you and it's good to be here. I want to thank Mayor Cherell Parker for opening up one of her many city halls here. I know it's a part of her commitment to having a government that West Philadelphians and all Philadelphians can see, touch, and feel, and I think it's great. And it couldn't be in a better location. Christian compassion is such a welcoming community, not only to their own congregation, but to the entire community. You know, and it looks like having an evening resource center. It looks like all the things that they do to support our communities with resources, and it looks like having the mini city hall here. And that last thing I want to say is that we got you covered, right? Because you got your mini city hall right here at 61st and Cedar. We got my district office at 52nd and Cedar. So I feel like together with council and with the mayor's office that we're going to do a great job at serving the West Philadelphia community. And I'm glad to be a partner in this effort. Thank you so much.
Next up, I'm going to call up my organizer to introduce our next speaker.
I am Sajda Purple Blackwell, your sister in community. Listen, I want to first give an honor to God, you know, from which all blessings flow, because this is a blessing. This is a blessing, and today, we the people win. So we want to say thank you to our queen, our beloved Mayor Cherell Parker, for giving us this blessing, having the vision and the Most High, right? This queen right here, having the vision to ask the Most High to bring this vision into fruition, and we are all so utterly grateful. Thank you. And so I want to introduce to you a fighter like me, you know, a good trouble advocate like me, your sister in community like me, to express some of the experiences she had with us thus far in the mayor's office. Please welcome Sister Dawn Morrison.
I was not prepared. I did not know she was going to do that fast. Good evening, my Philly family. Good evening. My name is Dawn Morrison. My name is Dawn Morrison, resident of 5309 Walnut Street for 18 years. I've been a victim of negligence and lack of support from the city department. I have been dealing with squatters, raccoon infestations, illegal drug activity from 5311 Walnut Street for over 7 years. Initially, I went to City Hall for help in 2017 because the house was abandoned and neglected, and its owner to the point where squatters decided to make it their home until October of this year. I reached out to city inspectors, supervisors assigned for that area, and was always told that something will be done. Nothing ever was. Emails and phone calls went ignored. It was not until I met Ms. Blackwell at a community event where I finally got some help. When I spoke with her, her box of gloves was on both hands. I met Ms. Blackwell at a community event where I finally got some help. Her box of gloves were on. Since 2017, the owner was unreachable and now known to be deceased. And I was told he was still alive by the city. I also found out that many complaints to the city regarding a proper clean and a seal, which is sitting, never executed. I spent hundreds of dollars on repairs for damage done to my home and 5311 from the raccoons. I've had sleepless nights, anxiety attacks, weight loss. I found myself sleeping on the couch for 4 months this summer. Due to constant foot traffic, smells of drugs being manufactured, and the possibility of my house being set on fire. I want to thank the mayor's office, Mayor Parker. Blackwell. I'm sorry I'm taking so long. I apologize. I want to thank you for making me feel like I was not given false hope for the first time in 7 years. And Ms. Keown for being the first person to make me feel like the city was not telling me that this is how I'm supposed to live in my house. Most importantly, 5311 was finally boarded up, top to bottom. This is just the beginning for me. This past Thanksgiving was the first time I was able to host my family in 5 years. We look so forward to this Christmas. We do have an empty seat. My mama stayed with me. I had to move her out because she couldn't live in my house. My mom is now gone. She left in September. She'll never make it home. This isn't over. I'm dealing with the smells of sewage, mold, mildew, bile, urine, and decomposing animals off of my house. I want other citizens around the city that's been given false hope to know that help is there. You just need to reach the right people. So I want to say to you, the team, and the mayor, for everything that you have created and going to continue to create to help us. Thank you. Thank you for saving my home, my block, my neighborhood, my community. Because when we put all that together, we're saving Philadelphia.
so much, Ms. Dawn, for sharing your story with us. We deeply, deeply appreciate it. Next up, I would like to call up Speaker Joanna McClinton. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Good afternoon, everyone. So very grateful. It has only been 11 months. I said 11 months. Somebody should pull out their calendar. Because when you read the paper and you watch the news, this woman moves so quickly and works so hard. You think she's been here for years. I had to ask myself, was it last year? Was it a year? Like, what year did she get elected? She's working so hard to change and improve our lives. I don't want to say too much, but my goodness, my mother said, you tell the good mayor that I said hello. Let's give our mayor, Cherell Parker, all the applause here tonight and the community of compassion in Cedar Ave. Now, many lives ago, Madam Mayor was a lowly state rep like me. And any state rep, my retired predecessors here, retired Representative Brown Waters will tell you that the calls we get on 60th Street are very seldom about Harrisburg. Everybody, I'm not going to call out the names of my staff here, but the calls we get are very seldom about Harrisburg and the Treasury Department and Department of Corrections and all the things that we pick up the phone and somebody responds. Now, every now and again, of course, but most of the calls that we get are regarding city issues. So to have City Hall in our neighborhood, to have City Hall in Palm Creek. Now, these people think that West Philly 52nd, and it is. But if you go a little further, you get to where I live, in Cobbs Creek. If you keep going, you get to that park that's right by where a lot of us are. We live in this city, too. I know we're stretched out. You might think like, oh, no, that's not West. What is that over there? But no, we live in this city, too. So the fact that our mayor, on her tour and mission and collaboration with our councilwoman, Jamie Gautier, and Miss Blackwell, who will be right here, is making sure that even in Cobbs Creek, we're going to have safer, cleaner, greener, economic opportunity for all. I don't know if I got all the phrases, but I'm encouraged tonight. I'm encouraged because certainly our office will continue to be a partner to this administration and to this neighborhood hall, city hall in our community. We need the support. We need the resources. The last time I checked, 40% of my neighbors are living in deep poverty. 40%. Right where we live, right where you are right now. So we need the support. And as Sister Dawn said, we need resolutions. The number of people who told me I called 311, Joanna, I left them a message. I got a ticket number, and it's still a problem. We are looking forward to the solutions, and we are grateful for you not forgetting about an area that many people don't even feel like, where is Cobbs Creek? What is over there by that park? Oh, it's a lot of people. We live here. We are grateful. So thank you, and thank you to everyone here at the Community of Compassion, Pastor Terry, and of course, Lady Kim and Pastor Herman. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Speaker. Thanks for joining us this evening. And without further ado, I would like to present to you your mayor, our mayor, the Honorable Cherell L. Parker.
Started in the exact place when we talked about organizing these sort of neighborhood-based city halls. The first thing people tried to do, Madam Speaker, was to say, well, wait a minute, Madam Speaker's office is not far, and Councilwoman Gautier is not far, and why do we need to put a neighborhood city hall in communities? And they immediately went to what we know, what we suffer from, that divide and conquer mentality. Hearing you affirm that whether you are a state rep and or a state senator, 75 to 80% of the calls that Madam Speaker, Senator Williams, Senator Hughes, 75 to 80% of the calls that they get are about city issues. And I know I wasn't there long enough to find my way to the bathroom, 10 years, but I got the calls on Wadsworth Avenue too. So for us to partner with Speaker McClinton, to partner with Councilwoman Jamie Gautier, because I want to be very clear, these sites are a part of our first One Philly budget that we passed this year. And we did commit, Madam Speaker, not to perfection. I don't want anybody leaving here. I never stood up and said that if you gave me the opportunity to be your mayor, we would have perfection. But I did say that we would use every tool in the toolbox to say what you said appropriately, and that is to make Philadelphia the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation with economic opportunity for all, and we can't do it without partnership. So Councilwoman Jamie Gaultier, thank you so much. Give her a round of applause, please. Pastor Terry, where are you? Can you just come on over here with me for a minute? So we on the community side now, and this is right. This is the action. This is where we are supposed to be. But you know, for Pastor Herndon and First Lady Kim, it's a different spot. I'm home. I'm home.
Amen.
At Christian Compassion, because you all welcome me in when some people, you know. Thought that somebody like me that needs some prayer. We can worship. That's how I found out about all of the community-based activities that are taking place on the community side. It's not often that we often see a spiritual entity spurn into so many community-based activities that people outside of their congregation can get access to. So whether it's the Evening Resource Center for our young people, now y'all housing City Hall, right? We will continue to rely on you to help me make good on the promise that I made to the people. I can't do it by myself. We need partners, and I'm grateful to you. Give me our fire commissioners here, but there are two people who are also very important to me, Ron Waters and Greg Benjamin. Give them a round of applause. Appreciate you. Thank you both. And finally, I don't know about y'all, you know, sometimes when young people, I'm one of my hip-hop plus 2 or hip-hop plus 3 now, I don't say what it is, but sometimes we act like topsy-turvy, like we just arrived, when we're actually standing on the shoulders of some people who did amazing work in this community. And wherever I am, I will always lift up the likes of Councilwoman Janie Blackwell.
Yeah!
Why are we here today? And I want to read it, you know, Cobbs Creek, I won't forget it. I won't forget it, Madam Speaker. You done drilled it. You done drilled it in my mind. But so when I think of this site, so Cobbs Creek, Mill Creek, Squirrel Hill, Walnut Hill, Mantua, Spruce Hill, and University City. And more behind, and Parkside, and Pink, if Miss Lorraine was here, she would say, you better say Pink 7. Guard and Court, Woodland Terrace. This is our way of trying to give you a government that you can see, touch, and feel. This is a neighborhood community action center. And the idea is that we will open 11 of these throughout the city, one in each council district, plus the river wards. And the river wards, Madam Speaker, when you said sometimes when people think of the park, they don't think of y'all. What the river wards say, y'all think about the river, y'all think about the river, but y'all forget that people live there. So we have included them as well. And the goal is to bring access to city services right to people in the neighborhoods where they live. But I also want to acknowledge here on today the folks who are making this all possible. And I want them to come and stand with me. Hassan Freeman, Jordan Marks, Alexandra Quiros, 3rd District Manager, Saj Purple Blackwell, 3rd District Community Organizer. You saw Pastor Terry. You saw Dawn and Carlton Williams from our Clean and Green. These are the people who are actually going to be on the ground doing the work and the follow-up. I don't know about you, but there is nothing more frustrating than calling someone for help for an issue when you describe that ticket. and you done called 311 and you did what the system told you to do. You made the call, and then somebody tells you they're following up on it, but nobody calls you back. Nobody communicates with you about the issue. Listen, and we don't commit that everything is going to happen with a magic wand in 24 hours. It doesn't work like that. We go through a process, but you want someone to communicate with, someone that you can talk to. And I think about my grandfather on the phone, and what would he do now if Daddy had to, Daddy was accustomed to dialing the phone like that. But if he had to call and it said, he was pushing buttons, and Mr. Parker, for this, press 1. For this one, press 3. My grandfather would have gotten frustrated because he wouldn't have been technologically savvy enough to actually work through that process to get the help that he needs. So this is our way of making certain that you get access to government in your neighborhood and where you live. Why is that? People are so frustrated right now. There is a very strong lack of trust in government. They've heard people come and give speeches. They've heard people come and make promises, but they have not seen enough of their issues getting addressed in a way that they can see, touch, and feel. That's why the collaboration that you hear me talk about, that intergovernmental collaboration, the speaker is here today. I talked with and was with Appropriations Chairman Harris. We were doing some work, making an announcement about young people. That's the kind of collaboration that we have to have if we're going to get things done here in the city. So, issues are going to be tracked and reported, and they're going to walk through all of that with you. But I want you to know where they're going to be located. Now, this is where you got to manage expectations. We said we're going to do neighborhood city halls. And Brian Waters and Greg Benjamin, people say, well, where you building the city halls at in our neighborhood? and I said, Councilwoman Gaultier, I don't think we have enough money to literally build brick and the structure to make the capital investment there. But what we can do is maximize the efficient use of scarce resources that are in our communities and partner with places and spaces that are trusted in the community, and then do our best to provide the services. So where are we going to be? We're located at 7 rec centers, 2 public libraries, 1 school district site, and we are here. Any kind of city-related issue, to remove graffiti, report an abandoned car, to resolve a challenge with a city agency. You can also connect to benefits, too. That becomes extremely important for people to be able to sit down, give their information, and then whatever benefits they are eligible for, to find out from somebody right on the spot. I want to say this. I want you to know what this is based on. In the neighborhood that I live in, we always had some pretty strong elected leadership. But I would say to my mentor, Councilwoman Marion Tasco, and I would fight with Dwight Evans, and I would say, we can't do all of this alone as the elected officials. We have to have people in neighborhoods that are doing work. And that's when I formed something called the Mount Airy Community Council, where the community led the efforts. The community worked through a committee process, quality of life and public safety, public education, different environmental issues. And the community actually led and drove the advocacy that was in the neighborhood. And nobody came from outside. I want y'all to hear me with what I'm about to say. No one could come from outside of my neighborhood engaging in what I call, I know what's best for you's people policy making. Sometimes under the guise of thinking that they know what's best for you, people who don't live where you live or have never walked a mile in your shoes and don't know what life is like via your experience attempt to come up with policy, prescriptions, and recommendations for you, and they don't know what it's like to live your life. We wanted to make sure that you had a front seat in your community. They're going to be doing public meeting and town hall meetings every 5 weeks in each district. They'll have an advisory board similar to what we did with MAC, crime, street lighting, trash pickup, etc. Each issue is going to be logged from complaint to resolution, and where appropriate, they'll bring the departmental leadership here. They're going to be walking. I need to walk with them. They're going to be walking in the neighborhoods, because I'll tell you this. And Madam Speaker, this is what I saw when I was on that trail for that year and a half. The city, neighborhoods, and blocks, and even individual houses, they look a whole lot different when you are walking versus driving. When you are just driving through a block, you don't know what's really going on there. You've driven, it's impossible to see everything. But when you get out the car and you walk, you say, oh, that brick needs to be pointed right there. You know, that downspout looks like it's broken. Water could be leaking into that house. Oh, and this person, a hole is beginning to develop in their roof. You get to see things that you wouldn't see when you're on walking tours. I'm hip hop plus 2 or 3, and this is what happens. You need a fancy stuff. So we wanted to make sure that all of that was available here to you, and I want you to know I'm grateful. But I have to say to this team, to both of you, I'm grateful. I couldn't do it by myself. We're elected. We all have teams of people who are on the ground doing the work. And I'm telling you, sometimes you can have people with you, but they don't have the same sense of urgency that you have. Thank you for understanding the assignment. Thank you for having a sense of urgency about solving problems. It's how I learned, Councilwoman Blackwell, when, Gussie and Tasco put me at that reception desk, and I learned how to keep people's water on and lights on and doing what I could do to serve them. That's how you learn how to serve people when you're in neighborhoods and you're helping people when they're at sometimes a very vulnerable place. So thank you. You're going to hear from the technicians who are going to tell you about the process and how it all works. But I want you all to know I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful, especially to community of compassion for our partnership. We're going to do some amazing work. All right. Yeah. So I'm hoping some of y'all are doing what I'm doing here today. I'm here right now, but in a few minutes I'm getting ready to walk across the street for the other meeting, because this is also what we can't do. The constituent services is extremely important, but you want me to tell you what's at the heart a lot of that? Access to economic opportunity. People need jobs. People need access to some earning power, a living wage, health care, retirement security, where they don't have to depend on government and subsidize cheese like my grandmother did when I was being raised. And that's a part of what we are supposed to do here. So stay close to each other. Work very closely together. But make sure you are very discerning about acknowledging when an agenda that you're advocating for, make sure it's for you. And it's not someone engaging in, I know what's best for you, people, policy making. Just keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. One Philly!
United City!
Yeah! Come on, Philly!
One Philly.